Hey, so what I want to say here is that it's vitally important for you to take action in your life, no matter what that looks like to you, and whatever the consequences or whatever the things that are going on in the world around us. So, if you think about this, there's been an unusual amount of stuff that has happened in the past year, and it's probably going to happen like this. You're going to watch this in 10 years from now, and you're going to say that there's been an unusual amount of stuff that has happened this year. And a lot of us are going to want to stop doing stuff because, we're afraid of what's going to happen in the next 5 years. We're afraid of, what are people going to say? Sometimes you get negative comments from other people and you're afraid of doing those things. But what I want you to practice and be very aware of is it's important to just continue to take action no matter how you feel in that moment. So, if you don't know me, I'm Professor Dave Maslach. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people that helped me out that I want to pay the favor forward and help you out as much as I possibly can. Anytime in your life you're going to experience an unusual amount of stuff that has happened. So whether you are 5 years old and you're looking at maybe it's your parents right now, or whether you are 25 years old and you're moving out on your own and you're doing things for the first time, you're going to notice that there's going to be a lot of life that happens around you. This is a kind of an unusual thing that I didn't realize would happen. But for me, knowing that there's a lot of life that happens as you sort of move through life and as you grow and you gain more years of experience, you do see that there is a lot of strange things that happen all the time. And what happens is that there's just kind of this rolling kind of craziness that happens, right? There's always something that is going on. So in 2020, November 2020, I know that there's probably going to be some of you are going to watch this in 20 years and you're going to look back and wonder what's going on. Well, there's a global pandemic. There was like crazy, crazy stuff that was happening in sort of the political world. There's crazy stuff in terms of disinformation that was being spread. There has been this unusual culture that is built up around, things of divisiveness and hate and sort of anti-science kind of stuff. And it's a really unusual year. It's really strange that has happened in terms of the events, the global events that have happened. And this year, November 2020 or 2020, has been like every other year. There's always something that happens that is kind of a catastrophe or kind of something that is really strange or unusual that happens. And whether it affects a lot of people or just yourself, that's a different story. But there's often years or many years where you experience something unusual. And so what we have to do is get in the practice of getting up and doing the thing that you want to do every day and get into that sort of momentum of doing that as you step forward and do things. That's how things get done, right? So I firmly believe that the people that get things done in this world, they're not special in any sort of way, but they are the type of people that just get up and keep going and go do that particular thing. So if it's you at this moment, maybe what you can do is get into an exercise routine. So a subtle thing that I did years and years ago was flossing every day. And that seemed like a big thing at the time because, I wasn't flossing. I don't think a lot of people floss. But you get into this sort of routine and consistency over time, and it sort of builds your confidence in what you can actually do. So if you can get into this ability to just do things and keep going and sort of perform that particular action no matter what is going on around you, that is a really important sort of skill in terms of getting things done and actually being able to accomplish stuff. Whether it is, there's a lot of academics that watch this channel. Whether you are a researcher or an academic, just getting into that sort of practice of I'm just going to do this thing every, maybe it's not every day. You give yourself, weekends and stuff like that, or, a Sunday or a Saturday or whatever. And you just do your thing on the other days. And you just continue to do those things no matter what is going on around you. There's lots of chaos. maybe you're an entrepreneur or an innovator at this moment. You're looking for, gumption in terms of, what to do next. Well, the most important thing is for you to just do that thing and continue to do that thing. And it's going to look rinky dinky. Whatever you're working on is going to look rinky dinky. It's going to look pathetic. People are going to make fun of it. You're going to get negative comments, all sorts of things that are going to happen. And, it's going to be negative comments from random people. It's probably going to be negative comments from friends and family that are very, very close to you. There's going to be all sorts of things that are going to happen. And you just have to get into the momentum or the gumption of getting up and doing those things every day, whatever that looks like for you, and continue to sort of push forward through those things until it becomes, it's not quite a routine, but it is something that you just do on a regular basis. You just do that thing and it becomes sort of part of your life, of what you're doing. And then over the course of, it's not going to happen over a year. That's not how sort of change happens in this world. But over the course of a decade, a tremendous amount of progress can be done and can be made on something. So if you're tinkering in your garage right now, I know some of you do that kind of stuff, picking up and working on a small engine, for example, if it's sitting there, just going out and working for 25 minutes every day or half an hour every day on your small engine, over the course of a year or 2 years, you're going to get that thing done. It's going to be all cleaned up and all ready to go. And so that's where you have to get yourself into this sort of momentum. And think of like, building a garden. You don't sort of build a garden and, everything gets done all at once. You kind of gradually are doing things on a regular basis, and you get that sort of momentum as you're doing it. So the thing that I can get you to do at this moment is to, get up and pick something that you're going to do, whatever that thing is you're going to do, and continue to do that thing. Do it today, and then do it tomorrow. And then if you can do that, I encourage you to do it a third day and see what happens. So I know it's going to feel awkward and tough, and we're going to have a lot of life that happens around us, but you have to sort of get into that sort of feel of it and continue to push forward through that feel of it. So I know chaos ensues all the time in your life. It's going to happen. But you have to get into that momentum of just doing this thing, and it becomes sort of your life as what you're trying to do. And as the more you can get into that, the sort of better you can be at dealing with the craziness that happens around us. It's crazy right now. And it's going to be crazy in 20 years. It's going to be crazy in 100 years when some people watch this video. But I encourage you to just get going, get up, and keep pushing forward and do that thing, that little thing every day until it becomes something. And that's it. Ignore all of the negative stuff and the chaos that ensues around you, and just keep going and pushing forward, getting up. If you are a grandma at this moment, you're watching this, I know that there's a couple of grandmas that watch this, wink, wink. You can get up and go for walks. That's a really important thing, is to get up and, do some walks and feel better about yourself by doing that. No matter what the weather is, just get up and go do it. I know it's going to be a little strange, but you can find ways to do this so you can keep going. So with that, give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do appreciate it. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.